Trump is a psyop in and of himself. And the purpose of this asshole was to stop freedom of thinking and get everybody back on the party lines. It's not going completely as expected, but it's going pretty well. One of the other fake divides they're using now is the regular state versus the deep state, which is literally the fucking neocons versus the centrists, which is the conservatives versus the centrists. It's the same. It's the same shit. The original explanation of what the deep state was the corporations, the alphabets, and the white supremacist oligarchs, the elite owners of America. That's what the fuck it was. It wasn't fucking Hillary Clinton and John McCain and Obama. That's what it turned into somehow. I don't know how or why it turned into that. Well, I know exactly why it turned into. How was a bit murky. Either way, he's a fucking psyop in and of himself. See, Obama used to do a lot of shady, underhanded shit, and then the media would twist it to make him seem good. Like, for instance, Obama continued and then ramped up heavily a program that arms cops with military equipment. I mean, he was giving people in small towns like millions of dollars worth of equipment like he did up in Michigan. He gave a lot of people around the country a lot of weapons. Back when the Ferguson thing happened, he basically deployed the military via the cops, armed to the teeth with tanks and whatnot, to go in there and shit stomp everybody, claiming that the riots were causing massive damage to people. And then in the last term, he outlawed it with an executive order, knowing that it would be overturned immediately. So it was basically a token gesture like 90% of the other bullshit that Obama used to do. He was another status quo piece of shit. They're all, I mean, they're all the same. And Trump's no different. What he's going to do is he's going to quote unquote repeal NAFTA and then put in another plan that's exactly like NAFTA. They're just renegotiating the exact same fucking deal. It's still going to fuck you out of jobs. You're not going to benefit. This is all fucking horseshit. They basically took time off to regroup after their loss in Syria. And they're just going to go back and try again with another false flag. The white helmets are there right now, planning it out. They've got their little fucking cameras ready to claim that Assad did it. And they're basically trying to work a way to figure out how to make it seem convincingly this time that they did it, while silencing more and more independent journalists via sanctioning Russia, via the fake news bullshit, using these fucking platforms to circumvent the First Amendment. That's what they're doing. That is what they're doing. And it's not even concealed anymore. It's blatantly obvious. And you still got these morons out here going, yeah, man, Trump's gonna beat the deep state, man. He fucked John McCain, dude. And you got the fucking fake liberals praising John fucking McCain. That is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. They're praising Grandpa ISIS. That's hilarious. That's pathetic and hilarious at the same time. Like I said back in that video, these liberals were never anti-war. They weren't. These people support it's basically, America has two sides. It has the far right and the kinda far right, but they're kinda okay with gays. And the blacks are kinda okay as long as they're nukes. You know what a nuke is, figure it out. That's essentially what it is. And then they throw in a bunch of wedge issues like breastfeeding and immigration and all. They're not going to kick out 90% of these immigrants. These illegals are going to come back. They're going to keep building the security fence. And the people are still going to come in. Most of them come in right through the border gates. They come in right through the border crossing where the proper gates are, illegally in vans. The river's not going to get blocked up. They're going to come right across the river like they always do. I mean, they're just going to keep coming in, and nobody's going to stop it because they do jobs nobody wants to do. They do jobs that nobody wants to do, and nobody wants to be have to deal with the insurance and all that other shit. It's easier to fill a fucking farm full of migrant workers and pay them cash, even if you're paying them a fair wage. It's easier to pay a fair wage in cash to some illegals and not have to deal with insurance, taxes, or any of that other shit. Bring them on your private farm and help them grow your weed, help them pick your fucking lettuce and all that. Pay them all like $15 an hour cash, and you don't have to deal with taxes, and you can write it all off and say your family's doing the work. Nobody wants to fucking deal with fucking whiny ass Americans. Your jobs aren't gonna come back in mass. I don't give a fuck how many assholes put up a picture of some pipe coming from New York because they opened a couple novelty plants. The majority of steel workers are out of jobs. The majority of factory workers are out of jobs, or they're working at CVS, or they're working at fucking Mickey D's, or some other shitty ass part-time or crappy job, just like under Obama. While they claim that these job rates are so fucking high, these dudes are doing temp jobs like they were doing 10 fucking years ago. The majority of people ain't working like that, and that's why they had to put this $15 an hour shit in the big fucking cities so these people can survive and they don't become a burden on society, not being able to pay for anything, so they don't end up having to go on welfare and burden the state, and then they end up having to try to cut welfare to create a Brazil-like fucking state where we have favelas. Nobody wants to deal with that kind of shit in America, because that stuff leads to real fucking revolution, where people start getting armed and going crazy and sniping people and shit because they can't eat, and they live in a goddamn unpoliced slum. That's a nightmare for everybody across the board, and you have warlords in a city, which is how Brazil is. So let's cut the fucking shit in before you need the police. We need police that actually police and aren't fucking literally white supremacists. Links in the description. End of the day, man, all these guys are assholes. They're fake. Trump is a psyop to get people back on board with the fake left-right paradigm. It's working. The deep state versus the regular state, I guess, is nothing more than another angle of the fake left-right paradigm. They always fall into the same shit to take the focus off the white supremacist oligarchs. That's all it is. It's like that old Napoleon speech, that old Napoleon quote where it says, religion is a tool to keep people on the bottom from killing the rich. That's all of this nonsense is. It's all a religion. The left-right paradigm is literally a religion in and of itself. If you come to anyone that plays the left-right game and just hit them with some facts, they're going to say that you're crazy. And the way to deal with these people now, to deal with independent thinkers now, is to say that they're Russians and that they're right-wing. Even if they're clearly leftist, a real leftist. You're going to be like, oh, wait, what? You're saying that Assad didn't gas anybody, and here's proof? Nigga, you're Russian. You're a Russian leftist. Russians hate black, and then blacks start saying their shit to be political agitators. You shut them down and say, hey, man, Russia's racist. And if you repeat this and that, you're a fucking Russian. So now you got all the blacks on guard. They're playing the whole left game. You got black people. I saw this shit in the shade room. They were saying, it's too bad that John McCain died. Rest in peace, brother. I may not agree with your politics, but rest in peace, man. You were awesome. That's fucking pathetic, man. These people know nothing. Americans, literally, you let 2 years pass and they'll forget everything. These people don't remember 90% of the shit Obama did. They don't remember. 5 years from now, they will praise Obama as a fucking man when he was literally Ronald fucking Reagan shipping jobs overseas. GMC and Chrysler shipped tons of jobs overseas. Chrysler was shipping jobs overseas. GMC was shipping jobs overseas. Ford didn't need bailouts. They gave Chase Bank bailouts after giving them billions of dollars in assets from Washington Mutual. I mean, come on, man. What is this? And they don't remember any of that. All they're going to remember is his speeches and the shit he did in his last term, which was immediately overturned by Trump, knowing that he would do it. They're not going to remember the pork that he put into the cops grants and the burn rights grants that allow cops to literally fuck people up and get away with it. They're going to remember 99% of that shit. And they know this, and they know how to manipulate the masses. They know how to make you think. and control what you think on every level. Like I said in that thirst trap video, the white supremacist oligarchs know how to control you. They're controlling you with sex. They're making it open yet taboo. They're making sex open yet taboo. They have these sporadic, broken up ass families. I mean, even if you have a stable nuclear family, you can't really vote with your dollar because if you say the wrong thing, you'll lose your goddamn job. You got guys doing backflips, running races, and being male feminists just to get ass. If they're not doing that, they're paying for it. And then they take away the platform to pay for it, making you even more desperate. So these guys out here are fucked up in the head. They're horny. They're dazed. They're broke. They're angry. They don't know how to look at the media. They don't know how to learn. They don't know how to think. They're basically fucking. They're children. The bitches are all confused. They've got a platform to keep their fucking minds distracted via things like Instagram. So what Instagram does is it replaces the old form of a celebrity. Now any woman who works out can be a fucking celebrity because you got all these horny, confused males. The horny, confused males are gassing the chicks up. The chicks are occupied, so they're trying to look like the more skilled fake celebrity Instagram thoughts. So they're buying all their shit. These dudes are working hard to get these bitches money to buy these bitches shit. So the system's circulating. You're all fucking distracted. And basically the rat race fucking continues, and the white supremacist oligarchs can go about their business, slaughtering people in Colombia, slaughtering people in Venezuela, overthrowing governments, rigging elections, and then bitching about Russiagate, using Russiagate to silence people. I mean, I don't know how many videos I gotta make. I'm gonna keep making them, man, so you niggas get it, and you take action. I don't give a fuck what kind of action it is, as long as it's exposing these motherfuckers, because they're shutting down everybody, trying to silence people while they go and try to make another fucking false flag attack. Fuck these guys, man. Because they ain't shit. Bitch.